So.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Friends You Can Keep podcast. As you can see, this is not the same set from the past 3 episodes. And don't think anything of this. We did not move as great as that would be. No, this episode and the next, we are coming to you from my parents' house. I don't want to call it a beach house because it's not right at the beach.
Well, but in Rehoboth.
We're in the beach area. We are near Rehoboth in Delaware.
I think in Rehoboth, if you have water access, it's a beach house. I think because a lot of the houses in Rehoboth aren't on the water. On the water.
There's not a lot of resorts on the water.
But this is definitely like a beachfront property. Did you lose your phone already?
Yeah, where's my phone?
I don't know.
I have it. There it is. Other side of the computer. I knew it was sitting right there. Pardon me while I continue to write things down. Because the shower I took longer than I expected because the showers here are dog shit. And that's documented now on the internet. This goes out to 6. But anyways, I don't really have much in notes. I don't think. I will double check. Nope, I have not really a lot of notes. I have saved stuff to talk about, but just in general, I didn't know if you had anything off the top of your head.
No. We survived Halloween.
We did. Halloween was fun. We had a good time. It is, as of this recording, it is November 3rd. And in the 2-hour ride down here, we listened to Seth MacFarlane's new Christmas album, Top Notch. I still stand that his first Christmas album is the best Christmas album you can listen to.
Yeah, it's really good.
I like his. I like
CeeLo's a lot, too.
CeeLo's is fantastic. Brett Eldredge's is fantastic. I haven't listened to enough of his second one to know if they're both good, but his first one is really good. Glow is the name of it. And I love John Legend's.
He has a lot of originals, doesn't he, or no? I didn't listen to it.
More than most.
Brett Eldredge did, too.
No, I don't think so.
Oh. I don't know why I thought he did. Maybe like the 2 songs I listened to are original, and then
Glow is original.
Yeah, I knew that.
Here, I'll tell you in a second. I'll look it up.
Well, I did not watch a Christmas movie on November 1st, but I did watch one yesterday and today. I might just keep it going. We'll watch a Christmas movie every day from now till
2016. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Baby, it's cold outside. I'll be home for Christmas. The Christmas song.
Oh, so no.
Silent Night. Glow. Do You Hear What I Hear? Winter Wonderland. Oh Holy Night.
Literally one.
Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Silver Bells. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The First Noel. Sleigh Ride. White Christmas. A Holly Jolly Christmas. Christmas Time is Here. And The First Noel a cappella.
So no. There's one original.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that. Maybe because there's one.
My favorite on John Legend's is what the hell's that song called?
The one where he'll be home in time?
Yeah, but it's not I'll Be Home for Christmas.
No, it's not.
It's I'll find it in a second.
It's like he's rushing home and he'll make it.
I think CeeLo's has quite a few originals.
Oh, I didn't think so.
All I Need Is Love is original. That one with the Muppets.
No, it's not.
One with the Muppets?
I don't think so.
I'm 99% sure it is. Who else sang that song?
I don't know.
I've never heard that song.
I don't know. Michael Bublé has tons where I'm like, I didn't know that wasn't his.
Just the fun fact here. So John Legend, his first album came out in 2004. His latest album came out in 2023. According to Apple Music, his only essential album is his very first album.
Well, no, the Essential that's just the cover. Essentials album is like the Essential songs, isn't it?
That's the Essentials playlist.
Oh.
Essential albums are the albums whole albums. It's
That's
only
weird.
his first one. It's very weird. A Legendary Christmas. Where are you? By Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I love that song.
I like that one.
But, anyways.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with what?
If you want to listen to Christmas music, I'm not saying let's switch all the way over, but it's okay. Start sprinkling it now. 25 days is not enough. I mean, you can keep your Christmas going until January 12th, but like, the traditional 25 days is not enough.
Well, we discussed it that when you look up like stuff on the internet now, the memes are all about how from the 1st of November to the day before Thanksgiving is Christmas, is first Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. And then from Black Friday to December 30th is second Christmas.
Real Christmas.
Second Christmas.
Well, you just take a pause. No one's skipping Thanksgiving. We're going to take a good long pause, and we'll have all the turkey and, whatever else you do for Thanksgiving. But then we're going to go right back into Christmas. But, I was thinking about it the other day, though. The only Thanksgiving movie I know of is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. But when you watch that movie, everything is decorated for Christmas, kind of. Like, they have the holly stuff hung up, and I feel like there's wreaths in the, businesses.
Probably, because he's getting home for the holidays.
But it's Thanksgiving.
But I think the idea is that he will be home from Thanksgiving to Christmas.
But it's still
he's not leaving.
The people in New York, there's businesses in New York City aren't going anywhere, and they're decorated already.
Because what does a business decorate for Thanksgiving?
Right, so
your decorations are fall Halloween decor, and then you jump right to Christmas.
Evergreen.
Because who's putting up turkeys and shit?
Me.
No one's doing it.
But not in a business. But that's the whole point.
But my point is, in that movie, and I think in most movies, a lot of Christmas movies, it is Christmas Eve is when you're trying to get home by or whatever. But I think when a lot of movies and a lot of people in general, when you say home for the holidays, it is Thanksgiving to Christmas.
I always think
Thanksgiving to New Year's.
I always think it's Christmas and New Year. I think Thanksgiving is its own thing.
I don't know.
But I just mean people are so oh, you can't decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving. But that's not a new concept. I think towns and everything have put out their their holly and their evergreens.
I think the decorations are a bit much.
Well, now
in terms of towns and in terms of businesses, yeah. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about singular people in their homes.
What does it matter, though?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But I think decorating within the first half of November. I'll give you getting closer to Thanksgiving. I'll give you getting closer to the end. But I don't agree with the people that are
November
October 31st, I have Halloween decorations down. And somehow, the very next day, I take down all my Halloween decorations, put up all my Christmas decorations.
I don't know. It doesn't need to be
The favorite joke of Linda buying a Christmas tree.
But put some mistletoe on my butt and kiss it, Bobby.
Oh, tree is dead. You got it the day after Thanksgiving, then. Or the day after Halloween, then.
Well, they have multiple trees because one of them dies.
One dies, and the next one dies.
One dies on Christmas Eve.
That's the third one, I think.
I don't want to go home and put our Christmas tree up, but
we also need to get a new Christmas tree.
I'll put a few things up and
I am adamant that when I want this to be documented as well. I am very much pro live tree.
No.
You are very anti live tree, but
it makes me sneezy.
But you have agreed for my sake that we will get a live tree. In the house we are in, we can't really fit a live tree of any size.
Well, we can. It's just
unless you go Charlie Brown style, then you'd
have to move the furniture, and
we got to move the furniture around. It's just a pain in the ass to have a live tree because you also it's got to be small and it's a weird size that you have to kind of look.
That one year we had a pretty good one when it was right inside the door.
Yeah,
but that just doesn't work anymore.
So we have a fake tree. But
it's a baby.
The fake tree we have is 4 feet. It's shorter than me. I think the way we look at it is, in the box in the basement without looking at it. You think it is much bigger than what it is, and I think it is much smaller than what it is.
Yeah, I think it's...
And then we get it out of the box. See, I even think... I think it's smaller than what it is. And then when we get out of the box and set it up, I go, holy shit, I forgot how small this was. Like, I feel like we should be able to have a fake tree that sits on the ground. For ours to have any semblance of presentation, it needs to be put on a table. Yeah. That's how small it is.
Yeah, I think it might be 3 feet.
I don't know. It's pitiful.
Yeah, but it was because I had it in my apartment.
No, I get it, but it's
like that tree hadn't been used in years.
What apartment?
Long before I met you, in my very first apartment. That's the tree I had. Phoenix, no, I'm pretty sure that was my tree.
Oh.
So that's why it's so small.
Well, the other problem is
it was intended for an apartment.
The other problem is we need to be very vigilant. I know Amazon, I think, has them on sale right now, so we should probably look.
Well, no, Black Friday is the time you buy a Christmas tree.
I don't know. I just know that
Michael's usually has the best deal.
For those of you that watch and you haven't seen, the 12th and final season of Letterkenny will be on Hulu at December 26th. Very sad.
Why? You didn't even like the last season.
Yes, I did. How dare you? Dare you?
You didn't even want to watch it.
Yes, I did. What are you talking about?
You're like, these episodes aren't very good anymore.
I wanted to watch it more than you did.
Yeah, because the episode, it's reached its peak. It's go out while you still have all your juice.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people online are saying, good on you for having the intelligence to go out on top. Which is what they're doing.
Before everything gets... Because you can only do that kind of comedy. Like, you're going to run out of...
Well, here's the conundrum I think they have run into. The writing is still very funny. The episodes and the jokes are still very funny. But as a storyline, the past, I don't know how many seasons, they set up the beginning that there is a big fight, and there's a big fight in the season finale that kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger. Then the opening of the next season is the fight from the finale.
Yeah.
And the finale of that season is another big fight. And it's I get that's kind of what these characters do, but you're just rinse and repeating the same thing over and over again.
I mean. You can only do that for so long before people lose interest. So you might as well end it on your own terms before you get canceled or people on the show start leaving. Because I think if characters left,
Was this the season they had the TV show? The public access show?
Yeah.
Or was that last season?
No, that was last season. This was the one with the chips. Where they were picking the chips.
Oh, yeah, the all dressed.
And then we had the all dressed.
I think we missed... I think they put a special episode out. Because we did... I'm pretty sure we watched it.
I think, yeah, we did.
But I think there's a special one out that we didn't watch.
It was for something.
International Women's Day, they did one. I don't know if it was another...
It was a holiday.
Or Valentine's Day, maybe? I forget. But I think there is one out that we didn't get to. But we went from Christmas to... I have a saved Variety article. Very topical. But also can fly whenever. So we're not dating this episode that much. Even though I said what date it was.
Well, it doesn't matter.
And I apologize, this is my phone. I usually have my tablet to look at this.
And it's dead.
A bit more professional, but my tablet is dead. The best celebrity Halloween costumes of 2023.
But the one that you told me about...
The one I told... This is not the same article.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I couldn't find that one to see the picture of it. That one must have just been in general. It wasn't of this year.
Chloe Bailey. I don't know who that is.
I think she's a singer.
Well, it's Khaleesi from Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
And I'll put these somehow in the video.
Or a link.
And I'll link it. I'm pretty sure She's definitely supposed to be Morticia Adams. It doesn't say, but
Who?
it should say. Adele.
Yeah, she looks like Morticia.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's who she's supposed to be. It just doesn't say specifically.
What does it say she is?
It just says it's
Oh.
her post, which is weekend 33 because it's her 33rd weekend as the residency she has in Vegas.
Oh.
But like this one, oh no, here it is. Adele put on a floor-length black gown for the Morticia Adams costume she wore during a performance for her Las Vegas residency. It was above the picture.
Oh, I was gonna say it has to say somewhere.
Hailey Bieber went as Carmen Electra from Scary Movie.
Okay.
So it's just her in low-top Converses, a bra and panties.
What an obscure reference.
Very obscure reference. Also, I saw this picture and thought it was Gwen Stefani when I saw it on Instagram. And I'm like, weird.
Quite the age difference.
Yeah, well, that's what Gwen Stefani does with like her makeup and her cheeks. It's the bone structure of her face that, like, at first glance, I thought it was Gwen Stefani. Oh, Ed Sheeran went as Chucky.
Ew. Because he's a redhead. Creepy. It kind of looks like Chucky. Can't unsee that.
That's offensive.
What?
You only think he looks like Chucky because he's a redhead.
No, but like his face, because like Chucky has like an oval. But his
circular?
face. No, but it's like it's wide and
oval
short,
shape.
like
oval.
Yeah, but like a sideways oval, not egg shaped.
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
He's a redhead.
That's what it looks like.
Mariah Carey went as Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Haley Bailey, who played the new Little Mermaid,
went
as Whitney Houston.
Went as the Little Mermaid? Oh. Oh, she looks exactly like her. She didn't play Whitney in that movie, right?
No, she did not.
Okay. Because it looks like...
Also, she looks more like Janet Jackson. Facially. The costume is Whitney
But
Houston.
from here, I would have believed it was her.
Kim Kardashian and her daughter went as... I'm aware. Went as... what was her name? Alicia Silverstone. What the hell was the girl's name? But the girls from Clueless.
Oh, yeah.
That's
adorable.
You
don't remember. I don't know her name in real life, but it was Cher, and I forget her friend's name.
I never saw that movie.
Oh my gosh, it's a great movie.
What is happening? I do not want you to open Kim Kardashian's Instagram.
Sure you do.
I don't. I know Paul Rudd's in it. That's what everybody talks about. It's like he looks the same as he did in Clueless. Like
he actually looks better now than he did in Clueless.
That's what people reference.
That might have been
she went as Murchison last year. Lizzo went as Whitney Houston or Tina Turner. Sorry, I scrolled. I was past, like, wow. I scrolled past the Whitney Houston picture
and two Whitneys in 1 year.
Weird that we're doing anything with Lizzo. Wasn't she like getting canceled there for a second?
Well, she was fat shaming her employees.
What the fuck is this? Oh, the girls from Riverdale.
Is that show still around?
Went as Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Kelsey Ballerini went as Barbie.
Oh, how original.
Yeah, her and every other blonde white girl. Kourtney Kardashian. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Kourtney Kardashian went as Kim Kardashian from the 2013 Met Gala.
Oh, where she wore that black thing?
No, where she wore...
Oh, and she was pregnant, because she's pregnant.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Of all the costumes you could have done as a pregnant woman, you went as your pregnant sister.
Maybe she was. I would just assume.
How many years ago? Khloe Kardashian and her son Tatum went as cows.
Cool.
Good for
her.
Good for her.
Why are these the best celebrity costumes? I haven't seen one that is notable yet.
Sarah Hyland and her husband Wells Adams went as ranch and ketchup.
Cool.
Or, I'm sorry, seemingly.
What is this from Rolling Stone?
No, it's Variety. It's not really best. It's just celebrities.
Oh. Well, that makes more sense.
Brianne Howie? Who the fuck is that?
Are these even celebrities?
Went as Nicole Kidman in those AMC theaters commercials. Have you not seen these?
No.
Oh my god, these are meme gold on the internet. How have you not seen them?
Mm-hmm. I don't follow pages that just share memes. That's why I haven't seen it.
No, it's not the memes. I've seen it's when you go to AMC theaters, it is Nicole Kidman doing one of those like, it's great to be at the movies. Like, it's her at the concession stand, but it's like a completely empty movie theater. And like, she goes and gets popcorn. It's her.
I probably haven't been at an AMC movie theater.
But I thought they even released it like as a commercial. Like, it's just her talking about like how great it is to be at the theater.
Weird.
And it's super. People make fun of it because she's like very intense in the ad. So it's just it's really memed because she is very memeable in that.
She's very glad to be back at the movie theater.
Kendall Jenner went as Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, is it just the whole Kardashian family? Those are the celebrities that Variety knows?
Boy Geniuses Julian Baker and Lucy Dacus. Who the fuck are these people?
Who's Baby Geniuses?
Boy Geniuses. Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson. What a dated reference.
Weird. Hasn't Pete Davidson had 3 girlfriends?
Were those honorable mentions? Because now it says take a look at some of the best celebrities. Take a look at some of the best costumes celebrities are wearing this Halloween. So, like, were those just honorable mentions?
Oh, they were not the best.
Kaya Gerber, I think that's how you pronounce her name, and Austin Butler went as Edie Sedgwick and Andy Warhol.
Who is he?
Andy Warhol?
No. I know who Andy Warhol is. Who's
Austin
the guy?
Butler?
Yeah. Elvis? Okay. I mean, why didn't he just go as Elvis?
I think we all know why he didn't go with Elvis.
Because it took him this long to get out of character, and he doesn't.
Well, because he will have the accent for the rest of his life, and people on the internet are like, "We fucking get it. You played Elvis. Stop it."
And he's like, "I wish I could."
Yeah, him and his therapist and everyone in his life are like, "I wish he could." Paris Hilton went as Britney Spears from the Toxic music video.
Dated.
I keep seeing shit about this whole thing with her book and Justin Timberlake.
Whoa! I watched a documentary. It was like some weird news program. I don't know why people are like so blown away by the Every Time video.
The comments are very divided.
I mean,
because I'm seeing a lot of these fucking weirdos that are all up Britney Spears' ass, trying to like crucify Justin Timberlake, and there's tons of people that are like, "This was how many years ago? Fucking move on with your lives."
Here's my only gripe, and it's not really like pro Britney or pro Janet Jackson, but how did he get out of this scot-free? Because he's a piece of shit. He's not a good guy. He's just not, and he made it out like no problem at all. People are just like, nope, never happened. Meanwhile, it's like, his apologies were like Kevin Spacey level apology, where it was like, whoops.
I don't even remember any of the fallout of the Janet Jackson thing.
He just did nothing, and her career halted. She was like a pariah because networks didn't want her because she was a liability that like her tits were going to fly out. And they think like she did it on purpose and like all this stuff. And he was radio silence. And then I think he might have said like, oh, like it was unfortunate. But he did not he did nothing. If it really was an accident, he didn't defend her. Nothing. He did nothing.
I don't know. All I know is when he did the Super Bowl, however many years ago it was, everyone was up his ass that he should have Janet Jackson come out. And I'm like, I don't really care.
Well, he
is the kind of celebrity where it is either listen to his music or don't.
His music isn't even that good.
And just like, I don't know. I'm over this whole thing on the internet where we have to find someone to fucking chase after with pitchforks, and for some reason it continually is Justin Timberlake. And it's like, I get it, but also clearly you're not doing shit. because the guy keeps putting out fucking albums and making tons of money. So clearly you're not doing anything to hinder his career.
He did like kind of go away for a while. I think he was like maybe doing some acting. I don't know.
Jessica Biel probably had another kid.
No, but even before that, he sort of like slumped away there for. I don't think it was
he wasn't forced away.
No. But like, I don't know. Maybe he like took
a
little break to find himself. I'm not
saying he's fully in the right, but Janet Jackson was also super fucking weird, and it's the same thing with Britney Spears. Everyone is so up her fucking ass, and it's like clearly she is also insane.
She's not. She's not. Mm-mm. She has some.
Yeah, you get freed from your thing, and then you just go on Instagram in your fucking underwear dancing with knives. Totally a sane person. What a sane choice to make.
Her point is like now she can make decisions for herself, so she's doing what she.
So you just decide to dance with knives on the internet?
Because when she was being in her like conservatorship, she was told, like, so anything you saw her doing was dictated. She made no choices for herself. So now she is making choices for herself. Maybe they're not the best ones.
Then choose to be normal.
Well, I think
I'm not saying insane. Sure, it's a strong word. I'm clearly exaggerating. She is mentally unwell. She should have been seeking help for decades now.
Well, correct. But they stopped her from doing that by putting her in a conservatorship because she made them a lot of money. A lot of money.
No, I'm not saying the conservatorship was okay. But I'm saying, we did this whole Free Britney documentary that was so fucking stupid. You know what you're not focusing on, though? She clearly still needs help.
Sure she does. Maybe she's getting it. I don't know. We don't know.
Seems doubtful.
I'm sure. I mean, she's got to be doing something.
Yeah, getting married and then I'm pretty sure rapidly divorced.
He did that. I'm pretty sure, like, whatever happened.
I don't know. I'm just beyond tired of hearing about Britney Spears. I could not.
It's interesting just because like the conservatorship is not intended for like that extended sort of like control. Another person who was in a conservatorship was that guy from The Blind Side.
Well, I'm pretty sure Amanda Bynes is still in a conservatorship.
Is she?
I'm pretty certain. Because that was another thing on the internet that people brought up after that documentary came out of Britney Spears, where people were like, there's other celebrities that are like this, and no one gives a fuck about them, but for some reason we have to all like hoist Britney Spears up on this pedestal.
Maybe she'll be next. Because
doubtful, because she's also. I'm pretty sure she's in jail.
Oh well, then I don't know what happens.
She was. I don't know if she still is. I don't know.
So maybe hers is different. Maybe hers is
yet another child actor who went completely off the rails. And here we are. Megan Fox went as Gogo Yubari. Don't know who that is.
Also, I didn't know Megan Fox was like still around.
Oh, I guess they're both from Kill Bill. And Machine Gun Kelly is.
Is she still acting, or is she just still? I
don't know. I think she's just being weird with Machine Gun Kelly. That's their new lane, is like licking each other's tongues on the carpet.
And they're big with Travis Barker and Courtney.
Victoria Justice went as Cher.
Oh, in her band from MTV music video.
Who the fuck? Randy Gerber? I'm guessing it's Randy. R-A-N-D-E. Rande.
Probably Randy. Yeah, I would guess Randy.
And Cindy Crawford went as Danny and Sandy.
Oh,
Sandy.
That was a good one.
Kelly Sawyer Petrikoff. I don't know who the fuck is he.
What does she look like?
And Jessica Alba went as Britney Spears from Hit Me Baby One More Time, and Jessica Alba went as Britney Spears, also from Toxic.
No.
It says Toxic inspired underneath the picture.
Oh yeah, towards the end, I guess that weird like, because I thought she was on like a movie awards, I think, with that like shimmery bodysuit thing.
Justin Bieber. Who the fuck are the Gerbers? Justin Bieber and Presley Gerber. Who the fuck are these people?
Why isn't he with his wife?
We're dressed as. There's been 3 different Gerbers on here.
I don't know who those people are.
They're also clearly like the background of these pictures are all the same party. This is probably some weird.
It's like Justin Bieber's party.
No,
Samigo?
I
Samigo?
can't tell what that says. Asamigos, which I'm pretty sure is like a
Restaurant?
thing. But they went as
Oh, so these people aren't necessarily, well, some of them.
guys
like
on vacation.
What's he wearing? A scuba mask?
Who? Bieber?
No, the other one with the mask on.
Yeah, Bieber is the one with the mask on.
Who's the other guy then?
That fucking weird Presley Gerber guy.
Let me see. The tall one looks like Justin Bieber.
The tall one is just dressed as Johnny Depp in that movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Weird. That is weird.
Tyga and Evan Ross went as Terrifier and I guess himself.
Who?
Evan Ross went as himself. I don't have no idea.
Oh.
It's a horror movie. That's the guy from the horror movie. And then I guess he's just dressed as himself.
That's what Tony told someone he was going to go as.
Liza Koshy went as Lucy Ricardo.
Oh.
I love Lucy.
From the chocolate episode.
Yes. Jana Dewan and Steve Kazi went as Kim Boggs and Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, Edward Scissorhands. That was a great movie.
Rachel Lindsay went as Rihanna in the Super Bowl.
It's so weird because like most of these people are just going as like other celebrities, which like yeah, that's a very common.
Jodie Turner-Smith
costume.
And Nancy Gomez went as a schoolgirl and a nun.
Like these, at least that's like a Halloween costume. It's so weird to see like one celebrity dressing up as another celebrity for Halloween.
Chord Overstreet and Glenn Powell went as Cal Naughton Jr.
Oh yeah, Shake and Bake. Nice. That's a great costume.
Who the fuck is Chord Overstreet?
No idea. There have been very few names I recognize.
What is that name? Glenn Powell sounds familiar.
Also, it's hard because like you can't even recognize most of them with their costumes on.
So I'm gonna look up Glenn Powell because that name sounds very familiar. Chord Overstreet does not sound familiar, and that is a name I would not forget.
I think Variety needs to reevaluate.
Hidden Figures, Top Gun Maverick.
Hidden Figures? Who does he play in Hidden Figures? The dad?
John Glenn. I don't know if I haven't seen that fucking movie. I couldn't tell you how long. He was in that super overrated movie, Top Gun Maverick.
Well, we didn't see it.
I saw it.
Oh. I didn't see it.
Yeah, he's not. You wouldn't recognize him from anything. Who's he? Oh, Chord. Like, who's he the guy? Chord Overstreet. Chord Overstreet. Who's on Glee?
I didn't watch Glee.
Falling for Christmas, which is that Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie on Netflix.
Oh, I watched it.
It's not even out yet. Or did it come out last year?
I think it came out last year.
Yeah, it must have, because the poster says November 10th, and I'm like, it's not out yet. But yeah,
I watched it.
Okay. He was in what looks like a horror movie called The Hole.
No. Would not be watching that.
Yeah, I have not seen literally a single thing he's been in. He was in regular show. I'm gonna guess probably one episode. Couldn't tell you what he sounds like. Yeah, and then we're back. Then we're on to soundtrack. So, not a clue. Should I look up what the fuck was the name?
The Garbers. Was that the last one?
Gerbers. That was the last one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, get through all your celebrities first, in case there's anybody else. But
yeah, look up who are the Gerbers?
Yeah, but I think you're gonna get like, are they the Gerber baby food people? I doubt it.
Who are the Gerber family?
But we need like.
Is it these people? No, definitely not.
It was a dad and sons. There was definitely
it's these people.
He
Kaya Gerber.
He was with Cindy Crawford.
Yeah, Cindy Crawford, and I guess she's the mom. Yeah, but you're not answering who these people are.
Maybe they're no one.
Oh, she's a model, I guess, the daughter. And the dad was also a model.
Well, so was Cindy Crawford.
They're all just models.
Oh, okay.
Which, no offense, they're not celebrities.
Well, I guess by like that loose definition, they sort of.
He's also a successful career as a nightlife entrepreneur, which began in the 90s with a string of hit bars.
Does that mean like strip clubs, or what are we talking here?
With the Morgan's Hotel Group that defined an era.
Of Chippendales? I want to know what bar he owns.
Now more than, this is a fucking New York Times article. Now, more than 25 years later, this slacker perfectionist not only finds himself a part billionaire, but he also enjoys newfound cultural currency as the husband and father in a genetically blessed family of supermodels who can be seen everywhere these days, including a Pepsi commercial to be aired during the Super Bowl, starring his wife and son, the current cover of French Vogue, and the global advertising campaign for Calvin Klein jeans.
Well, Cindy Crawford was definitely a supermodel.
So the daughter's on the cover of French Vogue. The daughter and the son are doing Calvin Klein jeans, and Omega watches is the entire family. Yeah, so you're models. No offense, but you're not celebrities.
Well, that whole list had quite a few reaches. Because is Hailey Bieber, other than being married to Justin Bieber?
And isn't she a Baldwin?
But like, just because your parents are celebrities doesn't mean you are.
Well, I'm pretty sure she was also a model.
Is she an actress?
Then
she's not a celebrity either.
I didn't say she was.
But I'm saying that list had a lot of not so celebrities. A lot of like your outer.
I'll keep it saved so I can link it. And then you can sound off in the comments on how old we both are, because we don't have a fucking clue who any people are.
I mean,
when it comes to models like that, though, I have to wonder, like, do a lot of people know who they are?
I knew Hadid. Like, what was her first name?
Bella or Gigi?
Gigi.
I didn't know either one of them. I knew the name.
Yeah, I knew the name.
I actually didn't know. I knew Bella Hadid before I knew who Gigi Hadid was.
Who's Bella Hadid? Also a model?
Her sister.
But also just a model? Or
I guess. I have no fucking clue. I just know the names.
Yeah, I knew she was an act. I mean, I knew she was a model.
But it's one of those things of like.
Well, which ones were supposed to go to Fire Festival? Because that was one of the. Those were a bunch of like the models, like, and I actually think they did go, and they were given like the good treatment.
Let me see what that article was. This one might be a little better.
If it's celebrity Halloween costumes,
it's not.
I can tell you, I don't care anymore, because that first one was.
It's not celebrity Halloween costumes.
Too underwhelming.
Celebrity.
They didn't even come up with like. There wasn't even a clever costume.
Oh, did you see the controversy with Emily Hampshire from Schitt's Creek?
No.
Who played Stevie?
No. What
she had to apologize for her costume.
Well, Lil Nas X one has a tampon, so he also maybe needed to apologize for his costume. I think that's who it was. I'm pretty sure.
No, I definitely thought I saw a picture of him as something else.
Well, maybe he.
But anyways,
multiple.
I forget who the guy was with her, or who the girl. I forget who the person was that was with her. They went as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Oh. Well, whatever. Who cares?
And I think their props were a bottle of booze and a turd.
Well, yeah, because one of them put dog poop on the other one.
Well, no, allegedly.
Or one of them. Pooped.
Amber Heard shit on Johnny Depp's pillow, or on the bed. I forget.
Oh, it wasn't dog poop. It was real
No, I'm
poop?
pretty sure it was human shit.
Ew.
I think. I don't remember the details, but
I did not follow any
and
of
she had
that.
to apologize for it. And
Why?
I found it so hysterical that she did that costume, and people took that as like, how dare she make light of domestic abuse? I'm like, not a single person making fun of these two fucking idiots is making light of domestic abuse. This was another weird situation where everyone got super divided of you were either team Johnny Depp or team Amber Heard, and not a single person was standing in the middle going, both of these people need help.
Yeah, it was
like people who were pro Johnny Depp were listening to him make like testimonies and praising him for it, and I'm like, the man is admitting like, I'm fucking drunk all the time.
Right.
And when I'm not drunk, I'm thinking about being drunk.
Like, I can't recall that because I was too drunk.
Was I a little belligerent? Sure, but that's because I was 2 bottles deep. Like, this isn't something to celebrate. Like,
no, they both were wild.
And he's like cracking jokes and people are laughing, and everyone's like, oh, good for him. And I'm like,
right.
What? And then she gets on the stand and everyone's like, oh my god, she's so hysterical. Like, none of this actually happened to you.
Well, no, and then there were some people that were like, he needs to be fired from everything.
Well, I was talking about Team Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and then Disney fired him.
And then they rehired him.
But did they?
I thought so.
I don't know. Well, he got fired from this proposed reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean.
We don't need that. No one's asking for it.
But like, you were gonna reboot it, but still have him play Jack Sparrow, and I'm like, you made what, 6 of these movies? Why the fuck are you rebooting it and then using the same actor? Like,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Also, that's confusing as shit that you're gonna reboot a franchise with the same main character and actor.
But why do you need to reboot it? Those movies like just came out. We don't need it.
Well, they're probably older than you think, but no, we do not need it.
It would have been like, I would think the first one maybe came out in like the early 2000s.
But in terms of like, you made 6 of these movies, and in terms of now where we live in this whole like Marvel, DC, the Fast and the Furious, like where everything's got this dumb expanded universe, it would be the same as like if they rebooted the MCU, but still had Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man. And then it's like, wait, is this a sequel? Is this a continuation? Is this a weird multiverse thing?
Was it going to be a reboot, or were they just going to make more?
The way everything was written was they were going to reboot the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and continue to have Johnny Depp play Jack Sparrow.
Would they just be remaking the original movies?
I have no idea.
Like, if your movie came out,
if you're not remaking them, and these are fresh storylines, that's not really a reboot. No. It's a continuation.
Well, yeah, it's like you're
unless you still had similar character, like if you recasted Orlando Bloom, but then it's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Right. What?
Why did you bring him back when you didn't bring anybody else back? Like, this is dumb.
Well, because nobody else wants to come back.
Or they would do some dumb shit where like, this is a prequel and it's fucking somehow still Johnny Depp.
It's like, no.
And it's like, wow, he looks older than he did in the first movie. So stupid. Well, I'll give you I can find something else to talk about, but the one I saved, if you would like to dedicate a whole episode to this one, we can save it. 14 disturbing moments in documentaries.
No, we should do it right now. Because it's more topical, because it's like Halloween adjacent.
That make them hard to watch.
Oh no. Ooh, what if I hope these are documentaries I've seen. If not, I gotta make a note. I'm gonna watch all of them.
A big part of the appeal of documentaries is they show real people, real situations, and real drama. Of course, that means when something unpleasant or uncertain happens, that queasy, anxious feeling you get in your stomach is very real too. Perhaps, I don't think so. I think it's gonna go deeper than that. Perhaps the truest mark of because that's not hard to watch.
Well, it makes you uncomfortable.
No, it makes you laugh out loud.
It does.
It makes you laugh out loud because you watch the man tell a long-winded story that ends with, "I was willing to suck his dick for water." Like,
but his demeanor, you do
his
feel
demeanor
anxious.
Is very casual. No, his demeanor, he's ramping you up for that story to end with, and I sucked his dick for water, and it ends with, and I was prepared to suck his
dick. It's kind of like
water.
anticlimactic.
Go away. Where was I? Perhaps the truest mark of a great documentary is that it contains at least one scene that elicits a strong emotional reaction from the viewer. The following documentaries all have that in common. They contain extremely hard to watch documentary moments, either because it's tragic, unexpectedly violent, or shocking in some manner.
The hand job in Abduction in Plain Sight.
The subjects of these films, oh my god, the hand job and whatever, the affair, I forget what that shit was.
The mom sleeping with him is not as bizarre as the dad.
What comes first, the mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the first, like, the mom.
I think so.
The mom sleeping with him is like, if you went up to a guy and just like very quickly like did that like backhand tap to the nuts, and then when they tell you like the dad gave the guy a hand job, it's full closed fist like uppercut to the nuts. The set of these films differ wildly, but the impact they have on audiences is similar. Take a look at these unsettling moments in documentaries that make viewers gasp
underwear
to know the true events. I mean, that's a winner. In Dear Zachary, we learn what actually happened to Zachary. Dear Zachary, a letter to a son about his father, is notorious among documentary aficionados for being excessively difficult to watch.
Oh dear.
The 2008 film tells the story of Andrew Bagby, a Pennsylvania doctor who fell into a relationship with an older woman, Dr. Shirley Turner, after his engagement to a different woman ended. When Bagby broke up with Turner, she lured him to a state park and shot him 5 times.
Oh my god.
She fled to Newfoundland, then announced she was pregnant with Bagby's child. That's tragedy enough, but what happens next leaves viewers shaken to their core. The movie reveals that Bagby's parents attempted to get custody of the child named Zachary. The legal system failed them, allowing Turner to remain free while awaiting extradition to the United States and leaving the child in her care. Beset by severe mental health problems and a fear of jail time, Turner strapped the 13-month-old Zachary to her stomach and jumped into the Atlantic Ocean, killing both of them.
Yep.
Dear Zachary's revelation of this outcome is the single most distressing part of a documentary that is overall emotional to watch.
I listened to a podcast on this one, and I was like, whoop, certainly not watching that one.
That's wild.
I have to draw the line at the kids' ones.
That's wild.
Yeah.
In the act of killing, Anwar Congo reenacts the executions he carried out while smiling and laughing.
Ew.
Making the act of killing was such a dangerous proposition that the majority of crew members who worked on it are listed in the credits as anonymous. They feared what would happen if word of their involvement was made public. The documentary looks at death squad leaders who committed unfathomable atrocities in the Indonesian mass killings of 1965 to 1966. In order to get a deeper understanding of their actions, the filmmakers had the subjects recreate their crimes in the style of Hollywood motion picture genres, allowing them to reveal things about themselves they might not in conventional interviews. Particularly disturbing is a man named Anwar Congo, who is alleged to have killed as many as 1,000 people.
Jesus.
In a scene that's profoundly disturbing, he takes the filmmakers to a location where he committed many of his murders. Upon realizing what a bloody mess his methods made, he explains that he came up with a new one that involved wrapping a wire around the victim's neck and pulling firmly on a block of wood attached to the end.
Well, I don't think you should read all this. It sounds disgusting.
After demonstrating with a volunteer, Congo reminisces about celebratory alcohol and drug consumption afterwards. The scene ends with him laughing and dancing at the memory of his acts.
Why was this needed to be made?
Disregard for human life on display is alarming, which is what makes this one of the most extremely hard to watch documentary moments on this list.
Why would you even give these people an opportunity to say anything? These aren't like disturbing to watch. These are, why did you make this documentary? Because even the first one, like, I guess it's supposed to be like in honor of the baby, but like, that's a lot.
So this one is called The Cove, in which filmmakers joined dolphin trainer, now activist Rick O'Barry, as he sets out to expose the dolphin slaughter regularly occurring in a small Japanese town that purports to be a haven for the creatures.
Jeez.
We learn that dolphin meat is sold in the grocery stores throughout the country.
Ew.
The documentary team creates a complex plot to sneak cameras into the cove, bypassing law enforcement, the local government, and a handful of guards. What the cameras record is both shocking and tragic. So, hidden in fake rocks and blending into the landscape, they don't show you the dolphins being killed, but the water in the cove turns like
Red.
It's clearly blood.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's like blackfish.
The Japanese authorities attempted to ignore and cover this up.
Sure. They're all in cahoots.
In Grizzly Man, the director listens to the tape of a harrowing bear attack that claimed 2 lives.
Yeah.
Did you listen to this one?
Mm-hmm.
Werner Herzog? Oh my god.
I knew there was going to be one that I've seen.
Werner Herzog. I have to listen to this one. I love that one. I love that guy. He was in The Mandalorian. I'd like to see the baby.
It's a lot.
The film's most chilling scene finds him meeting with Treadwell's ex-girlfriend Jewel Palovak, who has an audio recording of the attack. Although viewers never hear what's on that recording, his anguished body language tells us everything we need to know, as do Palovak's facial expressions as she watches him listening. Adding to the impact is his immediate advice to destroy the tape rather than to listen to it herself. That's
Mm-hmm.
In introducing...
Well, I think he was like, the point of it, he was like a guy who was studying bears. Like he was like living among the bears, and then, as you can imagine, the bears were like, "You're not one of us."
A conservationist who largely dropped out of society in order to live among grizzly bears on an Alaskan preserve.
Yeah, but he was like, not saying like...
He made the mistake of thinking the bears loved him as much as he loved them before getting mauled to death by one in 2003.
Yes. So
Herzog spins the tragedy into a meditation on the hubris of humans thinking they can control nature and bend it to them.
Well, and it's this notion that like animals have the same like
emotional tendencies
and hierarchy. So like he's assuming like, oh well, I've done something for them, so like they're accepting me because they see me as like one of them, not a threat, even though like that's not how, or maybe that's not how their hierarchy works, and like they still can see that you're not one of them. This isn't like the Jungle Book where like animal, they're just gonna like take you in. You can maybe like earn their trust, but like I think the point was like bears don't work that way. I think wolves do. I think you can like...
I know wolves, to get them to accept you have to let them lick the inside of your mouth.
And you have to...
Or like, sniff the inside of your mouth? Some lick the inside of your mouth.
You have...
They do it on your mouth. They don't do it, but they show the video.
The hierarchy is like the top dog gets the best meat and the bottom dog gets the worst meat. So in order for you to like join, you have to join at the bottom, and then you have to like essentially eat like the entrails or whatever's left. Like you have to insert yourself at the bottom,
and then you have to fight the alpha bear.
Well, no,
or the alpha wolf.
Well, I don't know like you as a person. I don't know that you're ever like in that far, but like for wolves, that's their hierarchy. That like the eating, how they eat shows their hierarchy. But like I think bears, it's sort of like, you're not a bear, you can't come in here. And then he didn't end well.
In introducing Selma Blair, the actress has a complete emotional breakdown during stem cell treatment.
I didn't watch that one, but I do know about her. She has MS.
Mm-hmm. Much of the film is difficult to watch because of how much agony she is visibly going through. By far, the toughest scene is when she goes into the hospital for painful stem cell treatment that leaves her immune system devastated. The misery combined with the very real possibility of death leads to her having a full emotional breakdown.
I think, doesn't Christina Applegate have it as well?
Yes.
Or something similar, because she does an appearance where she uses her cane. And it was like this big, like,
Ooh.
good for her moment.
In Jesus Camp,
oh boy,
an evangelical counselor puts the literal fear of God into a group of children.
Mm-hmm. I watched this one.
You did?
Yes, I did. Wish I didn't, but I did.
Go inside. Kids on Fire, an evangelical Christian summer camp.
Don't.
The facility's goal is to teach children that their generation is key to bringing Jesus Christ back. Oh, dear Lord. With fierce insistence, they're taught to proselytize, to speak in tongues, and to cast judgment on people who don't share their beliefs. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that one's scary.
I bet.
For other reasons. It's not gory, but it's scary. I think that one's on Hulu. Does it say where they watched them?
No, it doesn't.
I think that one's on Hulu.
Bowling for Columbine. We see glimpses of security footage from that day.
Whoa, no thank you.
You ever saw Bowling for Columbine?
No.
Why don't I feel like we watched it in school?
Yikes!
Think about it.
I read the book called She Said Yes.
His firebrand director, Michael Moore's look at America's love affair with guns, using the 1999 Columbine massacre as a starting point. He attempts to figure out why gun violence is so prevalent in the United States, and why certain organizations and politicians oppose basic gun control legislation that would save lives. Among his tactics is trying to arrange a meeting with then NRA President Charlton Heston to ask why the group held gun rallies in cities.
What the fuck?
What? You didn't know that?
Probably, but it's just so strange.
You did not know that Charlton Heston was the president of the NRA?
I mean, maybe, but it just...
He may have started the NRA.
Ew!
To ask why the group held gun rallies in cities that had recently experienced mass shootings. To drive home just how terrifying a shooting event is, Moore includes a montage of surveillance footage of the chaos inside Columbine High School during the massacre.
No, I could not watch that.
Although no footage of anyone being shot is included, you can clearly see the gunmen moving throughout the building, as well as terrified students running for their lives. This look at what transpired drives home the psychological trauma that comes from a shooting situation. It's virtually impossible not to tear up watching these innocent teens fleeing in terror.
No.
Blackfish.
Watched it. So, because it's never ever come up. When I was 5, we went to SeaWorld and I sat with Shannon. And whenever that movie came out in like 2010s, my mom watched it and was disgusted that they had let me do that in 1993 or whatever it was, 1990.
Yeah.
So in the 90s, you would go to SeaWorld and you'd just be sitting in the crowd and a guy would come around and find a kid and be like, oh, do you want to be part of the show? And you signed, I don't even think you signed a waiver. I think you just like, here you go. It was the baby one. When we bring him up, we're going to put you on his back behind his blowhole, hold on to his fin, and wave to everyone. Huh. Then we learn that those motherfuckers were just taking people by the hair and dragging them straight down.
The 2013 documentary.
We actually thought that the baby Shamu was the whale that killed that lady, but it's not.
The 2013 documentary Blackfish digs into the controversial subject of captive orcas. People love going to see orcas at SeaWorld and similar places, but the documentary argues that this isn't a safe or healthy choice for the creatures. To make that point, director Gabriella Cowperthwaite? Sure. Focuses on the story of Tilikum, a killer whale who was captured off the coast of Iceland, then moved to SeaWorld, where it was ultimately responsible for the deaths of 3 people. Particularly disturbing is the section on the death of trainer Dawn Brancheau in 2010, during what was supposed to be a routine performance. Silicon grabbed her arm and pulled her under the water, causing her to drown. The entire incident was caught on video. Although Blackfist stopped short of showing that fatal moment, it does use a lot of footage leading up to it, combined with interview subjects describing what happened. Also included in the scene are the autopsy results, which reveal how much bodily injury Brancheau endured. It's a gut-wrenching description of a horrible, senseless death that could have been averted if humans didn't insist on keeping orcas contained for entertainment.
I think they said that like her ponytail fell and like somehow like that's what like triggered, and that potentially the whale dragged her down but then had intended to bring her back up. So like the notion was that like it didn't necessarily intend to kill her, but it's still the point of clearly you shouldn't be working with an animal that like it's like putting your head inside an alligator's mouth. Like
Yeah.
they can still kill you. But isn't that the one that like a drunk guy was found in the tank?
I don't remember what it was inside.
And it
I
did
never saw Black.
wherever it came from, it did kill someone at its first spot, and then SeaWorld was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
We take them anyway.
In March of the Penguins, a
oh no
couple's egg freezes,
and they cry and they cry for
march futile.
Oh my god. It's the saddest thing I have ever seen.
Most of the film is charming and endearing, offering a fascinating up-close look at the life cycle of penguins. There is, however, one extremely sad moment when the egg belonging to a penguin couple freezes in these sub-zero temperatures, causing the baby inside to freeze as well. The parents have just gone through this grueling ordeal for nothing. March of the Penguins slightly anthropomorphizes its subjects, which encourages viewers to believe the creatures are more aware of the implication are more aware of that implication than they likely are.
No, they know exactly what just happened.
The throat material.
Animals aren't stupid. They know what's inside that egg, and they know that if it's not kept warm, the baby will freeze. And I think it falls in the water, or like it comes because they have to sit on it, and it comes out from under them, and they like cry. It's very sad.
Oh god. In Roger and Me, a woman kills a rabbit that she intends to sell in order to make money.
Okay.
Michael Moore made a name for himself with Roger and Me, a 1989 documentary in which he attempts to interview General Motors president Roger Smith. He wants to ask why the company is shutting down manufacturing plants in his home city of Flint, Michigan, at a time when they're making record profits. What was once a thriving community is now filled with abandoned homes and storefronts, a direct result of the economic downturn. Smith continually eludes the director. A big part of the film is Moore showing how the plant closures have affected the people of his city. He introduces us to a worker who suffered a nervous breakdown as a result of the closures, a man whose job is to evict people from their homes, even on Christmas Eve.
Ugh.
And a woman, Rhonda Britton, who sells rabbits as pets or meat.
I'll bring the rabbit to your house. You tell me if you want to keep it as a pet or eat it.
Britton is Jesus Christ.
Is this a don't fuck with cats scenario?
Britton is shown beating a rabbit on the head with a pipe, killing it. She then skins the animal. Inclusion of this upsetting, stomach-churning scene is to emphasize the desperate measures average people are taking to survive, while executives like Roger Smith cash in huge paychecks.
I understand your point, but I don't think you have to show as much as you did. I have never seen it. Also, can't you just snap its neck? Why did you have to hit it with a pipe?
Well, I think that is also probably to illustrate that this woman is not...
Oh, like, she doesn't know what she's doing.
No.
But, like, you can allude. You know, you can show her, like, you don't have to show it.
And Amy Winehouse struggles with the lyrics during what we now know was her final concert performance. I had it saved on Showtime.
Yeah.
We don't have Showtime anymore.
I haven't seen that one.
In Free Solo, Alex Honnold tackles the boulder problem without appropriate mountain climbing gear.
Oh, yep. I didn't see this one, but I've heard of it.
I think it's the one that won an Oscar.
Yeah.
In Wiener, politician Anthony Weiner attempts to dodge a woman he inappropriately texted with.
Oh God, not who the fuck cares about that doofus anymore?
Anthony Weiner?
Remember his text messages kept coming
Yeah.
out. It's like, buddy, you're just making it worse.
Twitter follower, but instead posted it to his public.
Yeah. Yes.
Weiner is a gripping film about Anthony. Oh God, gripping is not the right word. Is a gripping film about Anthony Weiner, the former U.S. congressman who made national headlines when he tried to privately send a photo of his genitals to a female Twitter follower, but instead posted it to his public feed, leading to his resignation in 2011. The film follows him as he attempts to rehabilitate his image during a 2013 campaign to become New York City's mayor.
Oh,
Total shock and his to everyone's total shock and his wife Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin's great humiliation. You could have just said it was his wife.
Right.
The way you worded that makes it seem like his wife is Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, his wife Hillary Clinton.
Weiner becomes embroiled in a second scandal, making it quite clear that he's learned nothing. The central figure gets his back against the wall in one tense scene. Sydney Leathers.
What's with these names?
The woman he got caught sexting amid his mayoral campaign decides to confront him during his concession speech. She knows the cameras will be there, so it's a prime chance to embarrass him. Members of the campaign staff find out what she's up to. So Weiner and his entourage run through a McDonald's restaurant out a back door in an effort to elude Leathers.
Was he giving his concession speech at a McDonald's? McDonald's parking lot? Hilton, what was that? The Hilton Garden.
The Four Seasons?
Four Seasons landscaping.
We're making a big speech at the Four Seasons. There you are.
Oh my God, that's my favorite. Oh, Anthony Weiner. Do you remember what he was like?
I am dropping out of the race, and now I'm going to go have a Big Mac.
Like,
what
a weird...
It's undeniably uncomfortable, as viewers certainly aren't rooting for Weiner to escape the confrontation and avoid taking accountability. Okay. But they also know such a confrontation will be very difficult to watch.
I really want to watch that.
In Tickled,
ew.
Director
I'm not watching that.
Director David Farrier ambushes and confronts the man who may be the mastermind behind a mysterious business. What, tickling?
Oh yeah, you know where you can hire someone to come tickle you? You can hire someone to come cuddle you?
Tickled,
is that what it is?
Tickled begins with New Zealand reporter / director David Farrier stumbling across YouTube videos.
Oh no.
YouTube videos depicting competitive tickling contests.
What?
He finds the subject quirky and fascinating, so he begins to research Jane O'Brien Media, the company behind the videos. To his surprise, they are not at all receptive to his inquiries, even going so far as to threaten him with slander if he continues poking around. They also issue multiple legal threats to prevent his investigation. This, of course, only makes him more determined to find out what's going on. The trail eventually leads to an ex-con named David D'Amato, whom Farrier and co-director Dylan Reeve decide to confront. They follow his car as he runs errands. Then Farrier waits along the street until he exits the business. The scene is tense because, as Farrier admits, he has no clue what is about to happen. D'Amato has already been established as a volatile figure.
Oh, jeez.
So the pending ambush generates nervousness. As the man walks to his car, Farrier approaches, asking to talk. D'Amato responds with more legal threats before driving off. Although violence never occurs, every second of the confrontation scene oozes danger and unpredictability. And now I have to look up what happened.
What is that? Was that the last one?
That's the last one, and it doesn't tell you what the big thing is.
Yeah, what's it called? Tickled?
Tickled is the name of the documentary.
So was it not competitive? It was like non-consensual tickling?
I don't know.
It's 2016.
That sounds like it's That sounds like it's a bit more intense than just non-consensual tickling.
Competitive endurance tickling.
All I care about is what happens at the end of that movie.
You have to.
You have to what? Watch it?
Yeah, you have to watch it.
Unbelievable.
There's a follow-up called The Tickle King.
Oh. When did the Tickle King come out? Very recently?
You went to a legitimate tickle fetish pornographer. So that's what the. It wasn't just about this weird kink, but rather one person with influence can destroy so many lives, partially because they can not admit or want to admit their own desires. So there must be something weird. Like this is actual, like endurance tickling or whatever is a thing, but the person filming is actually like a fetishist. Maybe.
Hmm. Well,
there are such things as good ticklers. So it somewhere someone in that documentary is not just like, oh, I'm a big fan of competitive tickling. It's more than that.
okay. Well, on that note, on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you for joining us.
On location.
On location. Here in lovely Delaware.
It went from 85 degrees last weekend to 60.
Yep, we were here last weekend on vacation, and it was in the.
I had to dig out shorts, and then to come this weekend, I had to dig out hats.
Yep, and now it's not going to get over 70 degrees. You'll be lucky. I think if it gets over like 65.
Yeah, I think 65 is a dream.
But thanks for joining us. Follow us on social media. Thank you for subscribing. Click the bell icon to get notified when we drop new videos.
You should put them. I don't know. So here.
Like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you're listening to this on audio, because we're recording at the same time, obviously. Rate and review helps us a lot. And yeah, talk to you guys next week. And as always, we love you. I love you. And thank you for being a friend.